Creating YouTube as a woman content creator needs to be strategic, because a lot of the advice there on YouTube has been for masculine driven strategies for masculine energy, whether you're male or female. And I want to change the game by providing some YouTube tips for women content creators here on YouTube this year, because I have made all the mistakes. I've been on YouTube for 6.5 years, almost 7 years, and there were a lot of things that I did that can really save you when it comes down to how you create content. And I want to share that with you today. So if you would like to hear some of the YouTube tips that I have for women YouTubers, and if you're a man, it benefits you too, feel free to keep watching. Well, hello, my love. Welcome to my channel. My name is Justine Jordan, and I am the content creator YouTuber here who's going to help you monetize your passion here on YouTube in a very feminine, easy way, without the burnout, without the masculine driven strategies, and for you to do it with ease. So if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you're returning, welcome back. As we all know, the way I start off my video is our drink of the video or the day. Again, it's called Co-Create Over Coffee on YouTube, and yet I have still yet to bring my coffee except for a few times, but it's probably because I'm filming this later on in the day, and so I'm not drinking coffee at that time. But maybe in the future videos I will tell you though, the next video I'm not gonna have coffee either. We have our trusty good water because we are heading into fall season, but as if you don't know, I'm in Florida and it's always hot, and I'm a hot box, so water it is. Anything ice cold to keep me cool. So cheers to you for being here, and let's begin. Now, before I get into what type of content I created back in 2017, 2018, when I first started my content, I want to emphasize, if you don't know, I didn't know what I was doing. I came up with these strategies and the type of content I started to focus on as the years progressed on my other channel. If you don't know, I have another YouTube channel that I haven't created content on there in a couple of months as of the recording of this video, and I decided to start this new channel to talk about the strategies, mistakes, the challenges, and my experiences when it came down to my YouTube channel. Now, if you stick around for the next week's video, I'm going to talk about whether or not should you start a second channel, especially if you're in a position like how I was. But we'll save that for the next video. Just to give you a little bit of history about me, when it came to YouTube, why did I choose that over any other social media platform? And why do I still continue to push YouTube when it comes to specifically women YouTubers? And one of the particular reasons is that YouTube is a slow moving evergreen machine. It is not the instant gratification that Instagram or TikTok does for its creators. It is something that takes time. And to be honest, as a woman, we have to take our time. We can't exert a lot of energy, and we can't just always push content all the time thinking that we're going to sustain that. Men, on the other hand, might be able to, because they do generate their energy every 24 hours. But if you're a woman and you're maybe a millennial, maybe a Gen Z, maybe a baby boomer, Gen X, whatever, like in that in-between era of not being a teenager and not being like retired, right? Because retirement, you probably went through menopause. Our hormones and our energy fluctuates every menstrual cycle, and so we want to choose a platform that is in alignment with us. And YouTube, in my honest opinion, is the #1 content creator platform most, if not all, women should be on, because it is a slow, steady, kind of wins the race type of vibe. So remember that story about the tortoise and the hare, and how the hare was just running, but the tortoise was just taking his time? Well, honey, that's us as women. The tips when it comes to women YouTubers is it will take time. YouTube is not a sprint. It is not something that exerts energy. It's not something that you get instant gratification for. It is something that basically you put your investments in every single week, and eventually over time, sometimes years, it will sustain and be able to grow for you. That is what happening on my other channel. It's been 8 months at the time of me recording this that I haven't done any content, and it still grows to this day. And I'll share a screenshot of today of what it looks like behind the scenes without me creating content for 8 months. And this is what YouTube does for its creators. So the one thing I want to share is that just understand, slow and steady wins the race. Do not rush when it comes to your content. Now, we do have access to YouTube Shorts, which is great. I love it. I utilize it, but it's not my number one priority on this platform. It is creating long form content like this in order to sustain my high quality of content. So all I have to do is worry about recording, editing a little bit throughout the week, and then uploading one time a week, versus short form content creators who are women. They do get burnt out very quickly because you're on the hamster wheel every single day. And to be honest, you can try to sustain that, but eventually all women will get burnt out when it comes down to that type of content. As I mentioned in my previous video, I burnt out very quickly. And so one of the number one tips I would give to my past self as a woman is just stick to one video a week. Like, don't worry about anything else. I'm going to teach you the tools in this video if you stick along to the end of what I use to optimize to make sure that every time I do create a video, it is optimized. It doesn't guarantee that it will be seen, but every single video gives me opportunity that one of those videos will pop off. I just don't know which one. So the next tip that I want to share when it comes down to what YouTube tips I think women should do based on the things that I created. Another tip is, what type of content did I create when it came down to my other channel? Now, like I mentioned before, I didn't have no strategy before, but over the years, I came up with this like 3S Express. That's what I'm calling it, the 3S Express. So jump on the train for longevity and sustainability when it comes down to creating content and what type of content, because I think not all content should be created the same. And we want to be giving our audiences different types of content based on where they are in their journey of watching our videos. So I said the 3 S's, which means each S is the different type of content that I came up with when it came down to supporting other people when they started their YouTube channel, especially for my women YouTubers. The first type of content that I created when it came down to my other channel that has really sustained the majority of getting an influx of people to know who I am, I call it sustainability content. And sustainability is basically like your evergreen content, your content that will run years and years and months and weeks and days, and it's timeless. It stands the test of time when it comes down to your content. Now, you might be asking yourself, what does sustainability content look like? What type of content is that? I'm so glad you asked. That's why you're here. And so the type of content that tends to go viral when it comes down to people who builds a very large audiences is the sustainability content. This is the content that's meant for anyone who's watching. They're not really subscribed, they don't really know you exist, and they don't know why they should give you their subscription or subscribe button when it comes down to your content, because they might be on YouTube typing away and just looking for how to do makeup, how to set a camera, how to grow on YouTube, how to drill a hole so you can put your picture up. I don't know, whatever, how to paint your house. Like, this is like big how-to tutorials. This is where people come on YouTube, use it as a search engine, and leave. So most of the time when it comes down to creators like myself who were able to grow with a lot of my videos that took over 100K or more, this is your viral content. These are the big nets. So you got to think of like a fishing net, and you're just throwing a big, huge net and trying to catch as many people's attention as you can on this huge platform. And so that's what I did. I did those type of videos when it came down to like my how-to tutorials were sustainability content. I created content like how to do like diaper cakes for your baby shower, how to do a balloon garland for your events, how to price your balloon garland if you're trying to do an event business, how to market. All of these things were sustainability, and it gravitates towards my audience that I'm trying to focus on, and then throw a huge net over there to them and be like, come on in. hey, I have content that you probably want to continue to watch. When it comes to sustainability content, you want to think outside of your topic. So if you do have a makeup channel and you're doing makeup videos, you want to think about what is the big thing that people are searching for when it comes down to it. And now, some content ideas that stand out when it comes to the sustainability content is like your how-to tutorials. What can you teach someone that is already out there but that you can make better or put your own spin on it? Now, I will say this, I used to overthink this and be like, there are so many balloon gowns that are being made. There's so many people talking about pricing. Why would anybody listen to me? What makes me so special? You. So one thing I had to overcome is that I had to realize, like, the way I was delivering my content, the way I was teaching my audience, it was different than what was being shared. And so therefore, I wedged my way in and marked my spot, and people resonated. Even though some of my audience was watching my competitors, and I won't say competitors because I don't believe in competition. I believe in confirmation when it comes down to your niche or your topic or your channel, because there's room for everyone. So how-to tutorials do really well when it comes to sustainability and catching like a big net. So if you can teach someone how to do something, chef's kiss. Like, it's going to win the game. Another, when it comes down to sustainability content, is a step-by-step guide. Like, can you teach someone step-by-step? Can you slow down throughout the whole video? You would think I watch makeup all the time, but I don't. But it's just the easiest, one of the easiest industries that has such an abundance of creators in there. But take what's already being used. And again, I'm gonna show you how to find those little window opportunities when it comes down to creating videos that even big time creators are creating that you can now leave your mark on as well. And then the last type of content that's usually tends to stay in the sustainability content area is searchable content. So this is when you're really using your masculine energy. Remember, we're only using our masculine energy to search, to create videos, to edit, and then that's it. We're not overpowering ourselves with analytics and insights. Like, we want to be in our feminine energy, and so therefore that looks like trusting, surrendering, and continuing to move on, knowing that your audience is going to be attracted to your content. So again, the content ideas are, some of them are how-to tutorials, step-by-step guide, and searchable content, like whatever people are searching for on Google. Now, let me know in the comment section, are you making that type of content already? Because some of y'all might be making that. And it's one of the easiest content that people tend to stick to, especially when I was doing it. I just kept doing it because it kept working. It kept getting me in front of so many people, and I kept putting more and more sustainability content out there, and it's still getting in front of thousands of people to this day from my other channels. So it works, but it's not the only content that you should focus on, because I soon found out that there is a huge disconnect when it comes down to only creating sustainability content. Now, this leads me into the next type of content I started to creating a little more years into me being a content creator and YouTuber as a woman here on YouTube. And that is something I called as subscriber content. Now, this is probably one of my favorite types of content create. I tend to lean on this more, and that attests to what type of content I'm creating here, because I always focus on the person who clicks that subscribe button, wink, wink, and they are the person that I really want to build a relationship with. So subscriber content is all about building the relationship with the subscriber. They've seen some of your videos, and as you're making more videos and creating playlists and binge-worthy content, all of these things, and you're putting together an experience for the person who's watching on their journey, they haven't subscribed yet. Now they are sold. They're like, yes, you are my person online. I want to connect with you, and I want to be just as close and up under you because I resonate with your content so much. This is my favorite type of content. Like I said, I tend to build relationships with people outside of creating content on YouTube, and being a relational person and hearing people's stories and wanting to connect is something I do on a day-to-day basis. So it is my strength here on YouTube to create content that really strives to build connection with someone who is watching on the other end. And so going deep with you, your stories, and most likely these videos will not do well. And I say well because they won't go viral. They might not get a lot of views, but this is the building blocks to getting from someone who's just viewing your videos to someone who's now subscribed. Because if you're trying to get monetized on YouTube, subscriber counts is important. It is important, and it is validation to know that people are connecting with your content. Views are great, but most of the time when people are in the sustainability type of content, they're in, they're out. They don't have a reason. But when we put out the big net, we're hoping to catch the people who really resonate with us because they didn't know we existed. We just need to get in front of them first and then build a deeper bond with them as they go and get to know through our social media accounts and all that good stuff when it comes to your content. And they are really becoming a true fan and subscriber here on your channel. I remember there was even a time when I would go to a networking event and people recognized me for my videos and they were like, oh my God, I can't believe it's you, Justine. I've been watching your videos for years. And I just felt like such a mini micro celebrity, like not even crazy, but it was such a surreal thing because I still feel the same. I don't feel at all any type of famous at all, but there were people who admire me so much that they were treating me kind of like on a pedestal in the sense of like not a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity, but you know what I mean? Just a micro famous because they were so tied to who I was and who I was as a creator. And that might be happening right now. I might be building that with you right now, which again, it's my favorite thing to do. But it really builds such a connection and they feel like they know you as a creator. And this is why I always tell like a lot of women creators on here, like our superpower is our tongue, is what we share with the world. It's the legacy we leave behind and it's the influential that we can have over people. And women don't understand that is our superpower as feminine creators. And in general, and just being a woman, the tone that you set in your house dictates the mood throughout your house and your family. I started to realize that even in my marriage, and I started to kind of, make sure that I comb through it and be mindful what I'm saying because my words are so powerful. It affects my marriage. And I know that with kids too. When I was a teacher, I used to make sure like I was very mindful of what I was sharing and I would apologize even if I didn't share the right thing. What you share here on YouTube matters. And the more you give yourself, now I'm not saying pour it all, like keep certain things private. There are certain things I never shared on YouTube and that's okay because I think privacy is very keen to happiness and not even my family and friends know everything either. But build a rapport, build a connection, share something vulnerable with your audience. The goal is not to get such a big audience with these type of contents. We just gonna let God do what he does. It's meant to be seen. But the goal is to build a connection. The goal is to make sure you're like, hey, I'm human too. Or it doesn't always have to be something challenging. It could be something really good. Some people share like their pregnancy stories and they share them moving from their apartment to their houses. They take people on these journeys with them as they expand as creators and really give shout outs and thank yous to people who do follow them. The subscriber type of content or the follower type of content on other platforms, these are the things that are really going to make a difference to people staying and rooting for you and being by your side as you evolve as a creator. The type of content that I would create when it comes down to subscriber content. Again, I didn't start creating this until it was a thing because back in 2018, it wasn't a thing to do a day in a life. I didn't even know what that was back then. But basically like a day in a life is a really good subscriber type of content. When I did the vlogging here on my channel, that is a great connection video that I did. It was in a sustainability and a subscriber content all built in one because I was teaching people how to vlog, but I was also connecting with them by showing up with nothing on my face and getting ready. That's also another way you can do it, like get readies with me, behind the scenes content, vlogging, chit chats, let's talk, just sitting down, letting the camera do its thing and not editing. These are the subscriber type of videos. Again, it builds such a big connection with you and your audience. And don't get me wrong, if you're trying to build a connection and it's not genuine, people will not connect. And it might do more damage than good. Make sure to think of something that is true to you. Make it your own. Maybe you're going shopping for your videos and you want to take people along, but you also want to express maybe the challenges that have occurred as a creator, because the mindset of a creator, it has a dark side too. Sharing that with your audience to kind of get that boost of affirmations that you're looking for. These are just some ideas that you can utilize for your next video. And I really hope you really do it because it's one of my favorites. And for the most part of my journey as a creator. It's when I built such big relationships that took me places like retreats and meeting new people, networking events, and being invited on podcasts because I was sharing a lot of who I am and my story. So I hope that definitely helps you. The next type of content that I started to create after I did the sustainability, after I did the subscriber, I call this one sales content. And this one, I say sprinkle it in there. Don't not do it, but also don't let it be your number one type of content to create. If you're always constantly selling, people are not going to connect and people might not subscribe. Now, do some people win? Yes. This video is specifically made for women because women sell different than men, in my honest opinion, and we all have different ways of how we can sell the things that we want to offer to our audience. And one thing, mistakes that I made was that I was so money driven with my content that I forgot to connect with my audience, and I lost that. And the views went down, the likes went down, people stopped commenting, people stopped subscribing too. I had a hard, dark time because I was so focused on sales content. One mistake I would say, like, avoid, don't overdo it, but sprinkle it in there. Don't be scared to sell things to your audience even before you're ready. Now, I will share this. When it comes down to getting monetized on YouTube, I say the sales content you might want to hold off on. You can do things like affiliate links or sponsorships, but if you're trying to drive sales into a digital product or something, your membership you're creating, I would say, again, focus on monetization. And this is just a strategy that I did. I focused on not even monetizing. I just focused on delivering a lot of value in my content because I just wanted to help people. That was my main focus. And if you ever read The Go Giver Sells More, which it was a phenomenal book, it really transformed my life. What he says in that book, for the most part, is that, I don't know word by word, but basically don't tell anybody what you sell. Wait for them to ask. And sometimes that might be the focus in the beginning. Don't focus on selling something so quickly, but instead focus on developing and building that connection to get people to subscribe, because YouTube will help you get paid. Because one thing about selling when it comes to the content is you are buying people's time. Time is the most important currency we have here on earth. And so when people give you their time, it's more valuable than their money. So just know that it might take a long time for someone to even buy anything from you. I remember when I was a coach, a business coach, I used to do coaching calls and sales calls. And the number one thing I used to hear was like, oh my God, I've been watching you for years. And specifically like 1 to 3 years before they even decided to book me as a coach. That journey as a client goes even further back. These are the things you want to say. Like if you're an entrepreneur or if you want to do this full time, think about those things of like, how do you creatively start making money without maybe being so overload, and focus more on the value that you put into your content versus the money you're going to make back, if that makes sense. When it comes to sales content, this allows your subscribers to really support you. Now, there's an article. I know I'm recommending a lot of things, so I will list everything down below. Wink, wink. That's my sales pitch. But when it comes down to, this is a free article or book. It's called 1,000 True Fans. And basically all it's sharing is just like, all you need is 1,000 true fans to really be successful with whatever you want to share. And I will attest to that. Like I had 30,000 subscribers on my other channel, and I didn't even have 1,000 clients who came into the door. I had maybe, 50 or so, and I was able to leave my job full time back then. And again, it kind of burnt me out because I was doing it the wrong way, but I can attest that imagine if I did have 1,000 clients, I would probably be a multimillionaire. Don't take away from having 1,000 true fans. Focus on having those 1,000 true subscribers. Not just anybody who just clicks and never watches your video, but somebody who comes in, really connects, and really wants to see you win, because they're gonna buy the things you share because you give so much and you pour so much into your content. In a sales funnel, usually they say like the top is awareness and the last part is clients. Well, in the same thing, that's why I developed this 3S Express when it comes to the type of content I created, because the sales is the last thing I focus on. And sometimes in the beginning stages, as you're creating content, you want to focus more on getting monetized and maybe affiliate links. So that way it's whenever they want to buy. And if they do, they support you. And then when you are ready and maybe you have merchandise, maybe you have sponsorships or partnerships, maybe you develop a digital product, maybe you do the things that you need to do to make money, and then YouTube starts paying you as well. So you have multiple streams of income. You're not depending on only one stream in order to funnel into your sales or your money. That's the things that I've done in the past as I'm a YouTuber here. But again, I did it the wrong way, because a big mistake I made was that I focused on the money. And it was top priority for me. So don't do that for work side. And if I'm honest, like, let's call a spade here. I stopped pushing a course that I wanted to build here because, again, my focus should be on monetization. It should be giving value first. And I went against my own, and even in the beginning of starting this channel, because, you know, your girl makes mistakes. So I kind of cut off all ties of creating a course when it comes down to this channel and focus on what can I deliver for free, because my goal is to see if I can get monetized. But again, it's not to make money, it's to deliver value, because I know no matter how I make money, it's through the co-creation with God. It is never through somebody who's watching here. It's through the desire that he has for me, and then whoever he's going to utilize for me to get that. I don't depend on people to pay me. I always put my desires and my goals in God's hands. And if it's not something I need to be focusing on, tell God your plans or watch him laugh. But it's true, stop telling God your plans. Instead, let him tell you his plans. His plans are always better. His plans exceed our imagination. His plans are bigger and better and easier and an overflow and an immense amount of ways for it to funnel into you. And when we put a limitation on where we want it to come from, I'm like, no, that's not how God works. God is omnipresent. He is everything. The people we see, the galaxies above and below, like, stop putting God in a small little container of how he should pay you. Allow it to unfold naturally, because that is how women co-create with God. We surrender. It is our superpower. I know, ladies, it's hard because you want to be in control, and that speaks a lot, because there's other things that are moving along. When it comes to wanting to be in control all the time, you got to let it go. Being in control is restrictive. It's limiting, and it won't get you far. And that's not how we co-create. You co-create that life, and it will be hard. It's going to be more difficult. I'd rather choose it the way God has it. That doesn't mean I'm going to bypass pain and challenges, but I'm still going to trust in his favor and his word in order to see where life unfolds. I hope that was helpful. Now, some ideas for when it comes to sales content that you can start, that I've done before, is high valuable content. When I tell you, focus on delivering the things that God put here for you, what you know, what you learn, what you're good at, the things that really make your heart soar and warm and fuzzy, and everyone's just like, oh my gosh, I wish I knew how to do that. Oh my gosh, put that out there. That is your gift. That's what you should be sharing. Another thing to do when it comes down to your sales content is share an important topic that you would normally charge for. Put it out there. I'm telling you, I used to struggle when it came to what should I put for free versus what should I put for paid. I will tell you this as I'm talking to my past self, put it all out there for free. Put it all out there for free. Because people will pay you no matter what, whether you share it for free or not. But people will not pay you if they feel like you are hiding and you're being fake and you're not honest. Put it all out there. Help someone with everything you learn, and you will be compensated. Because the more people learn from you, the more compensation will come your way. Trust and believe. And then the last idea that I came up with when it came down to my other channel was you can do reviewing products. If you're, again, doing makeup, review those makeup products and then list them on from Amazon, and go to Amazon and become an affiliate with Amazon or Target or Walmart or Ulta, or what's the other one? Sephora has affiliate links, affiliate programs. Join them. Work with partnerships. Maybe review a product and give your honest opinion. A lot of people who review products really do well in this channel because they're giving their honest review, but they're also making commission based on people who buy them. And then the last thing is the sponsorships. Get people to sponsor your videos by gifting you things, and then you're sending them clients your way. And that's just a small fraction of what you can do when it comes to sale content, but really try to see where you can go with it. This is not the whole cake. The whole cake is the sustainability and the subscriber content. The sprinkles and the added things that you throw in there, That's the sales content. And that completes our 3S Express. Now, I'm almost done with my water because it is hot. And I wanted to give you a tool to optimize your video because I want to make sure that you're not just creating content, but you're also getting seen, because that is my goal here. Now, I have used so many tools and I can go down a rabbit hole of all the things that I've utilized, and to be honest, it might overwhelm you. But if you want more of a review on the tools that I've used in the past, or if you're thinking of other types of things that you want to see me talk about and that I've used over the past as well, feel free to let me know down in the comments, because I'm just going to focus on one tool. All the content that we went over when it comes to sustainability, subscriber, and sales, all of them were optimized. Always optimize all of them, because we never know which one is going to resonate with your audience. But one of the tools that I use is called TubeBuddy. Now, TubeBuddy is a free tool that you can use. I believe it's associated with Google Chrome, which makes sense because YouTube is owned by Google, so it makes sense why it's an extension. If you go on TubeBuddy.com, sign up for the free account. The free is limiting, and I will say this, when it comes down to the free account, I use it when I first started, and I didn't need anything else. But as a content creator, as you evolve, especially when you're starting to create more consistent content and you feel like you're on a good level, I would recommend getting the Pro. This is what I have right now. And then as I build my content, and I was at my previous channel, I signed up for the Legend, and the Legend has a lot, and it was just too much of a flex for me. I did pay for it because it was analyzing, like doing A/B testing for thumbnails and seeing your competition with other, accounts and stuff, and really rating and diving deep into the analytics. And I will say you probably don't need that until like maybe your first 10 to 20,000 subscribers, but I think you would be successful with just the Pro. And if you do the yearly, I believe it's like cheaper versus the monthly. I'm doing month to month, and it's really worked for me when it comes down to optimizing and searching for content videos here on YouTube. One thing I love when it comes down to TubeBuddy is that it will utilize your specific channel and the type of content you're creating. It's really beneficial to pay for it once you're starting to create content. YouTube knows what type of content you're creating, and then it compares you to what's being shown out there in Google and YouTube. And so it takes all the metrics and it kind of rates you on the keywords that you want to get known for, whether or not it's good. Like this video right here, I wanted to call content creation for women in 2024, but the percentage was really low. And so then I did a little tweak to the keywords, and this video called YouTube Tips for Women YouTubers in 2024 was huge. It was 100% optimized for my channel, specifically for what type of content I'm creating. I say if you've never used TubeBuddy in your life, do the free one, download it. Again, it will be down below, and you can add it to your Google Chrome and play with it. See what type of content is out there when it comes down to other creators and what they're creating and similar to your niche or topic. And then as you evolve, as you start to be more consistent with your content and the quality that you're creating, then I would recommend to use the Pro, which is a couple of dollars a month, because with the free, you only get a certain amount of keywords. With the Pro, you get infinite. I'm all for the optimization, but if you're interested and you do want to support my channel, it is an affiliate link, and all that means is that you will not pay more. It's just that a certain percentage commission comes back to me as you utilize TubeBuddy if it was helpful. But again, if you want that tutorial of how I specifically utilize it, so you can optimize your videos and get seen in front of people and really build that monetization pathway, let me know. I'll walk you through it step by step. I'll even walk you through how I optimize the whole video if you want that too, because I am a research girly. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me on this video. I hope it was helpful, because those are the simple tips that I believe women YouTubers need, especially this year as we step into our feminine power. If you don't know, I love numerology, by the way, and this is the year of the 8, and it is a feminine number, and so femininity and 8 means wealthy. Like, let's make money together, ladies. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be going over a lot more strategies, a lot more experiences, and anything that you want to see here on this channel. Feel free to let me know in the comment section, because I'm taking what a lot of people are sharing on the comments and I'm creating content for them as well. So Let me know what works for you. I hope to see you in the next video, and I'll catch you later. Bye.